County in the house. We know what the deal is. And wait, we got to wrap through here too, because I told him I'd give him a shout out. And we know the Red Bow Tie crew is here in the house. But it is amazing to watch, and I'm going to call Alexis Sherrill up here to introduce and our next governor of New Jersey, Jack Ciattarelli, everyone.
Hello, New Jersey! For those of you who don't know me, my name is Alexis. I'm joined tonight by two out of three of my siblings, AJ and Better? Yeah. Our brother Jake can't be here with us. He's currently serving our nation overseas. We want to thank each and every one of you for being here tonight, for your support, your votes, your phone calls, door knocks, every effort. It truly takes an army. We are so incredibly grateful for this one. So without further ado, and the reason we're all here tonight, it is an honor to welcome to the stage the only nailing plan, the only candidate endorsed by President Donald Trump.
in this magnificent building, an iconic location, one that embodies New Jersey's proud history of innovation, ingenuity, and big ideas. I accept your nomination as Republican candidate for governor of New Jersey. 14 months ago, we kicked off this campaign with one goal in mind, fixing and saving our great state. Tonight, we took the next step in achieving our mission with a clear and convincing primary victory. Tonight, because of you, we won all 21 New Jersey primaries. We won because our campaign is about people, not politics. It's about vision, not division. We won because of our positive energy. We won because we talked about the issues that matter. The critical issues facing our state, and my plan for a safer, more prosperous, and affordable New Jersey. Along the way, we also made a strong statement of what our New Jersey Republican Party stands for. A party open to anyone and everyone who's willing to work hard and play by the rules. A party of Jersey values and common sense policies. A party that believes our best days are ahead of us if we have the courage to think big and act boldly. To everyone here tonight, and all the people who voted for me, and encourage their friends, family, and neighbors to do the same. To all the people who knocked on doors, put up a wall sign, made the phone calls, hosted me in their home or business, or donated hard-earned money to this campaign, thank you, thank you, thank you, thank you for believing. Thank you for believing. And to our most well-known part-time New Jersey resident who honored me with his endorsement and strong support, thank you, President Donald J. Trump. Love you back. As believers in our cause, everything you've done to help us reach this point is greatly appreciated. This victory is yours. And so tonight, we celebrate. But for only one night. And tomorrow, we get back to work. As the real cause of the celebration comes on the evening of November 4th. Let me say it to the Republicans who supported my opponents. I respect your choice. The primary is now behind us. Let us unite. Let us unite. As a party, it's time for us to now speak directly to the people of New Jersey. To independents and unaffiliated voters who may have lost faith in both political parties and wonder whether voting matters anymore, to moderate Democrats who feel abandoned, alienated, and ignored by an extreme and out-of-touch, ultra-liberal Democratic Party in Trenton and Washington, D.C., a Democratic Party more focused on pronouns and property taxes, a Democratic Party that would rather coddle criminals than support our police, a Democratic Party that wants to tell you what kind of car you have to buy, a Democratic Party that believes it knows best how to raise your children, a Democratic Party that rewards illegal immigrants with handouts, while our own citizens are expected to pay more and get less, a Democratic Party that includes people like Phil Murphy, who once told us, if taxes are a Democratic Party with leaders like Phil Murphy who once told us if taxes are your issue, we're probably not your state. He once told us he wanted to make New Jersey the California of the East Coast. Guys, who says that? By the way, have you seen California lately? Folks, the Democrats have controlled our state legislature here in New Jersey for 25 years. And for the last 8 years, them and the person they nominated tonight have rubber stamped and enabled every extremist and costly idea Phil Murphy's put forth. Make no mistake, Mikie Sherrill is Phil Murphy 2.0. Make no mistake, a vote for Mikie Sherrill is a vote for 4 more years of Phil Murphy. 4 more years of the highest taxes and billions in wasteful spending. 4 more years of state-mandated affordable housing and overdeveloped suburbs. 4 more years of offshore wind farms and rising electricity bills. 4 more years of handcuffing our police, increasing crime, flash mobs, and curfews all over our Jersey shore. Guys, like all of you, I've had it. It's time for a change. It's time for a change. It's time for bold, politics, serious leadership determined to fix our state. It's time for a Jersey guy who understands the people that's Let's elect a Jersey guy that understands the people are up against every single day. It's time for a common sense problem solver, a chief executive officer, a hands-on CEO that knows exactly what needs to be done and is willing to do it. And after decades of Democratic control of our state legislature, I say it's time for the Republicans, the majority in our state legislature. None of the Republicans a chance to deliver on the Jerseyans so desperately need change. And when I say change, I mean it. And I mean it for New Jerseyans, all New Jerseyans, including our minority communities, who the Democratic Party has exploited and taken for granted for years. I won't, we don't, we won't. I immigrated to Paris, State, New Jersey, their home. Here's where they provided for their family and started their own business. My parents did the same, owning a restaurant bar. As a 2-time successful business owner, I followed in their footsteps. Folks, I'm running for governor, so make sure today's New Jerseyans and future generations can do the same for themselves and their families, all right here in New Jersey. Here's how we do it. Number 1, we appoint an Attorney General who supports both police and parents. We lower property taxes and a new and more ethical school funding formula. We increase property taxes for all senior citizens. We create sanctuary cities and us being sanctuary cities. We save our suburbs by stopping overdevelopment. We will reinvest in our cities. We'll get serious about reducing the size and cost of our state government and cutting business taxes to create and attract more jobs. We will overhaul the public school curriculum, ensure age-appropriate lessons, focus on basic skills, and provide more vocational training because not all kids want or need to go to college. School vouchers and choice so children are not locked in family schools. We will adopt a rational energy policy that lowers people's monthly electric bills and stops the Democrats from putting those damn wind farms off our Jersey shore. Mark my words. Mark my words. While we focus on these key New Jersey issues, my Democratic opponent will do everything in her power to change the subject. Trust me, in this campaign for a Jersey meeting, and you took a shot every time Mikie Sherrill says Trump, you're going to be Trump off your ass every day. Trump off your ass every day between now and November 4th. But every time you hear
this country. My brother and I intend to follow in their footsteps and serve as well. Yes, you are looking at a very patriotic fighting family. It wasn't until Roe getting overturned that I ever really considered that maybe my country doesn't love me as much as I love it. Biden was president at the time, but we were still seeing ripples of the Trump administration and his hand-picked Supreme Court. My mom's work wasn't over. Making a little girl feel unwanted by her own country is maybe the most un-American thing there is, and it's exactly what Trump does. Earlier this week, during Pride Month, it was announced that U.S. naval ship Harvey Milk will be renamed. What message? Yeah, I mean, exactly. What message does that send other than hate and exclusion? That's millions of dollars being spent to try and erase our history and our heroes. My love for this country stems from the knowledge that America is an ideal. We're a melting pot of people and cultures, and that's what makes us so exceptional. Yeah, we're exceptional. You're all here because you know that our diversity is our strength, and our voices are our power. Every vote's an expression of that. Here in New Jersey, we know that Trump's America is not our America. Yeah. In Jersey, we fight back against people who threaten our children's future, my future. That's why Jersey will be the first to send the message that Americans will not be steamrolled by Trump's hate. Here we will elect my mom for governor and fight for our future. Yes. The fight is not over, so watch out, Jack. Mikie is coming. And with that, it is my honor to introduce my mom and our next governor, Mikie Sherrill.
You know, in New Jersey, we know how to make history. I got to tell you, in 1776, the fate of our nation hung by a thread. American morale was low, so Thomas Paine wrote The American Crisis to galvanize a nation. He reminded people of what was at stake and why we fight, and he did not sugarcoat it. He wrote, "These are the times that try men's souls. Tyranny, like hell, is not easily conquered." And as always, New Jersey rose to the challenge. By December, General Washington led his daring crossing of the Delaware and turned the tide at Trenton and Princeton. And here we are, nearly 250 years later, and New Jersey once again stands at the front lines. We are in an American crisis, but not in a war for independence, in a fight for our future. The fight for justice, for liberty, for opportunity, and for prosperity. And once again, it is New Jersey's responsibility to lead this great nation. So, New Jersey, are you ready? I am too. The reason we were so successful tonight is because of all of you. I have spoken to thousands of New Jerseyans, and I've heard your stories. You told me about your hopes and your fears, your dreams and your challenges, and you told me what keeps you up at night. And here's what came through loud and clear. We love this state. I mean, we really love this state. Guys, I could write a book on the odes to people's favorite shore towns and diners. And it's because of that love that the thought of not being able to raise your kids here or stay to see your grandchildren grow is simply unacceptable. So you know what? In the Navy, we had a saying, shipmate, self. The mission was never about a single person. And I will tell you what I've learned. There are two kinds of people in this world. Those who think that the only way to get ahead is to put themselves first, and those who understand that when we all do better, we all do better. Those people mentor others. They create opportunity. And I learned in the Navy that true leaders are servant leaders. It's as much about serving others as leading them. And that's right. And I have always been honored to serve this country and serve this state. So I want to thank everyone supporting me so that I can continue to do just that. Here's what I love about New Jersey. I love that you can hike our mountains in the morning and hang out down the shore in the afternoon. We are the state that has produced everyone from Bruce Springsteen to John Bon Jovi, Lauryn Hill to Frank Sinatra, Whitney Houston and the Jonas Brothers. We have everything from the best bagels to bingsu, curry to cannoli, Taylor ham, egg, and cheese. This state deserves the best. A state like this is not going to be led by a Trump lackey like Jack Ciattarelli. And I am ready to make life more affordable for families. Jack has raised taxes at every level of government. He raised taxes as a council member. He raised taxes as a commissioner. And you guessed it, your taxes went up when he was an assembly member. I am going to protect your kids online and create a better future for them. Jack sold our kids out to powerful pharma companies peddling opioids. I fought for Superstorm Sandy relief and helped bring home millions for hard-hit New Jersey families. Jack voted against relief for Sandy victims 3 times, screwing thousands of homeowners at one of the worst moments of their lives. So listen, I'm going to protect our rights, including the right to an abortion. Jack has pledged to implement an abortion ban and to defund Planned Parenthood. I am ready to shake up the status quo. And Jack is the status quo. He's not change, he's a rerun. He's a ghost of elections past. And I have fought for new opportunities my entire life. From my first oath to the Constitution as a teenager at the United States Naval Academy to this moment. I have always fought to upend unfair systems, and I am now going to take on systems that don't work or only serve special interests in the only way I know how, by running to be your next governor. This country is too beautiful to be beholden to the cruelty and self-interest that Jack and Trump are trying to hoist on her. So why do we stand here in New Jersey with the weight of the nation on our shoulders, with every eye in the country looking to us to lead? I think it's because we have a certain reputation. We may have a chip on our shoulder. We built a nation and people say the scars we have are ugly. We fund this nation and yet Trump and MAGA Republicans in D.C. want to raise your taxes and take away your health care and education dollars. The president comes here nonstop to his golf course, and he calls our state a horror show. But come November, we're sending a shot across the bow. We are sending a message because it's usually the people who have something to prove that work the hardest. Hey, New Jersey, I've got something to prove. Tonight, I pledge to you, we're going to build something worthy of our state and worthy of our kids. With all of you, we can take on the tough fights and win. You saw it in this election. The Democratic Party is ready for the fight. We had 6 public servants run in this primary. Each had a different method, a different voice, a different experience. But we all shared one vision, a New Jersey that works for everyone. Not just the privileged, not just the insiders, not just those who look like us or pray like us or love like us. A New Jersey for everyone. Opportunity, affordability, community, that's what we're all fighting for. Tonight, after multiple debates, countless meet and greets, hundreds of thousands of votes cast, I know we are stronger. We have a clearer vision, and we are going to deliver for New Jersey. I said from the very first day of this race that this would be a campaign that we all build together, that I would listen to voters first and foremost, because we all have a place and a say in our future. There are a number of groups that I'd like to recognize who were with me from the very beginning. I'm never going to forget your support. So to the hardworking men and women of labor, the laborers and the FMBA, the grassroots groups, including the League of Conservation Voters, Chatham Moms for Change, MACTA, Emily's List, and Door-to-Door Democracy. I also want to thank all the party leaders and electeds who rallied their supporters and grassroots volunteers to help us have the best ground game in the state. And I'd like to thank my team. To those who've been with me since 2017, and to those who joined our crew this cycle, your tireless work and commitment to New Jersey are unmatched. I am so proud of the team we've built, and I can't wait to see what you all do in the future. Both New Jersey and I are so lucky to have you in this fight, because New Jersey is going to be the place where families want to live, where businesses want.
Good evening, I'm Don Bell with an update on the New Jersey primary election. Let's take a look at the numbers. In the Democratic primary for governor, polls have been closed for about 90 minutes now. However, CBS News is calling this race for Congresswoman Mikie Sherrill, the former U.S. Navy pilot and federal prosecutor, with nearly 36% of the vote, more than double that of Ras Baraka, nearly. Meanwhile, CBS News is projecting former State Assemblyman Jack Ciattarelli as the winner. This is his second time winning the nomination and his third time running for governor. Endorsed by President Trump, Ciattarelli hauling in 66% of the vote at this moment. Bill Spadea is second. This sets up a showdown for the governor's office in 147 days. That's the latest on the New Jersey primary. We'll have another update on air at 10:30. I'm Don Bell. If you're watching our streaming channel, stay right here for more coverage. Hello again, and thanks for staying with us here on CBS News Philadelphia. Let's bring in our Dan Snyder, who has been covering this thing really from day one. And Dan, this is not only hotly contested, but this is a race that nationally people are paying attention to because it's the first really preeminent one, big one, since Donald Trump regain the White House.
Yeah, absolutely. And one, they're watching because the scope of the candidates. I mean, 11 total candidates in this race, 6 Democrats, 5 Republicans. It's a lot. And it was a contested race. But national pundits are going to look at this because New Jersey and Virginia, the only 2 gubernatorial elections this year, they're going to look at that as to see what is Donald Trump's influence on the race 1 year after he wins. So that'll probably come closer to November, but certainly going to be a lot of eyes on New Jersey and Virginia in this upcoming year. And of course, you mentioned we have those results in. We have our projected winners from each party. So I want to bring in Chris Shields. He is the director of the Center on the American Governor at Rutgers University. Chris, first of all, thanks for being with us tonight. Looking at those results, you know, I think when we talked, a lot of people predicted we wouldn't have to wait too long to know the Republican nominee in this race. But the Democrats weren't too far behind on that either. We're maybe not necessarily shocked by who won, but how quickly that was called?
Yeah, absolutely. And thank you, Dan. You know, I don't think the name is surprising, but I think the timing is. I didn't expect to be talking to you guys at 9:30 with a Democratic nominee to talk about. There were some signs that Mikie Sherrill had started to pull ahead in some of the recent polling, the external polling. She had shown slight leads, and you could see that some of the candidates had started really sort of turning their attention to her, which was an indication that they were concerned that she was pulling ahead. But for her to be in the mid-30s in terms of percentage at this point, with certainly a number of votes left to count, but for her to be at that high percentage at this point and to call it this early, I think is a surprise.
Now, Chris, you did say, listen, it is a high percentage. Pretty impressive. I'm not sure how many people predicted that. What do you think resonated with New Jersey Democrats?
You know, it's interesting because Mikie Sherrill won a number of the county organization. This year there was no county line on the New Jersey primary ballot. So there was a lot of question as to whether the county parties were going to be able to really support their candidates as well as they had in the past. This may be some indication that there's still a lot of power in those county organizations and that they were able to help her. I think she had a really strong get out the vote process as well, and she was really able to get her supporters out to the polls to vote for her, and it paid off.
Oh, Chris, on the Republican side, you know, Jack Ciattarelli had been the front runner for quite some time, especially after he got that endorsement from President Trump. What do we know about Jack Ciattarelli? I know he's been running for governor for really almost the last decade, but what do we know about Jack Ciattarelli?
Yeah, he has been running for governor for about the last decade. He lost a primary, and then he won the primary, and now he's trying to sort of complete the trifecta by winning the general election in November, right? I think the big advantage for Jack Ciattarelli in this primary and potentially next fall as well is just the fact that people do know who Jack Ciattarelli is, or at least they know his name. He had the strongest name recognition, certainly amongst the Republicans in the primary, really amongst all the candidates, because
polls
he was the
shown
candidate
him
4 years
leading
ago.
all the other candidates.
Now, his approach in the primary, at least, was significantly different than it was 4 years ago in the general election. He was not quite as closely aligned with Donald Trump 4 years ago. So it'll be interesting to see how he plays that as he heads into the fall.
How about this? So if at first you don't succeed, try again, right? He's been at this since 2016, 2017. But guys, like to pause for a second because I understand that Mikie Sherrill just spoke to some of her supporters just moments ago. So let's try to hear some of that sound right now.
So, New Jersey, are you ready? Yeah. I am too. The reason we were so successful tonight is because of all of you. I have spoken to thousands of New Jerseyans, and I've heard your stories. You told me about your hopes and your fears, your dreams and your challenges, and you told me what keeps you up at night. And here's what came through loud and clear. We love this state.
Well, there you go. Mikie Sherrill, excuse me, I'm combining two people at this point. But anyway, obviously she is elated to come through with the nomination for her party. And obviously Jack Ciattarelli, that is another person, obviously winning his side there as well. And we understand that he spoke moments ago as well. Let's listen in.
Not division, not division. Let's go. We won because of our positive won because we talked about the issues that matter. The critical issues facing our state and my command for a safer, more prosperous, and affordable New Jersey.
So we want to bring Chris Shields back in here. Chris, you just heard from both the nominees. Give us a little preview of what a matchup between these two could look like in November.
Yeah, two political heavyweights, both really good politicians, both with a lot of support from their state parties. They're both well known in political circles in New Jersey. It's going to be an expensive race. All races in New Jersey are expensive. I'm dealing with the New York market, you guys down in Philly, expensive markets to get on TV. So it's going to be tight, it's going to be expensive, and I think the word that you're going to hear again and again and again is affordability. What it costs to live in New Jersey, and I think that's going to be the crux of the campaign. Whichever candidate can convince voters that they have a better message on that, a better plan for that, I think is likely to be the next governor of New Jersey.
Once again, we are 147 days away, November 4th. Looking forward to the matchup between these two. All right, Chris Shields, thank you so much for joining us. Of course, he is Dan Snyder. I am Don Bell. That is the latest on the New Jersey primary. We'll have another update at 10:30 here on our streaming channel, CBS Philadelphia. We'll see you then.